Back again, man. Y'all know what it is. It's Bet the House Podcast. I got two special guests in the building. Got my man Jay Christian from the Cognac Room Podcast. And I got Miss Devina in the building. Jay, we're gonna start with you. Introduce yourself and tell us about your platform.
All right. My name is Jay Christian. I'm the host of the Cognac Room Podcast, which is an uninhibited, drink-infused podcast about adulting and male and female interactions. We basically sit around and drink and have great conversations, lots of laughing, joking, lots of informative, anecdotes and whatnot. So it's a good time.
Okay. Miss Devina, I just actually looked up that you are a podcast also. So go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us about your platform.
Hey, everybody. I'm Devina, and I'm one of the hosts on How Do You Like Your Tea podcast. We actually just started doing a radio show, so you can tune in to hear us live on the radio every Sunday at 10. And we talk about everything. We talk about relationships, we talk about sex, we talk about male and female interactions, we talk about pop culture. We kind of give you a little bit of everything. So you tune in, you'll hear more.
I dig that. Tonight shall be fun. First topic up on
you
deck.
Drinking right now, Jay?
I am actually. Yes.
Okay. Hanging with your ex's family after a breakup. Is that a yes or a no?
I need some background.
Like y'all broke up, y'all done, ain't no getting back together. Is you still fucking with that person's family? Or is the family cut off with that person? See, I'm different. I'm different. If I'm done with you, your family is done too, unless we got kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Unless we got kids. Now, if we got kids, I fucks with the family. I might fuck with your mama or something, but your cousins and your drunk uncle and all them, I'm cool on all of them. We ain't got nothing to talk about. But your mama, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. But if we don't have kids, take me out your holiday group chat. Take me out of that. I don't want to be in that. Don't celebrate. And y'all got that one person in the family that's got to send a happy Merry Christmas or a happy Thanksgiving or some group chat and everybody pop in, hey, happy Thanksgiving. Take me out of that shit because my response going to be fuck y'all.
Oh, you mad?
Damn, that's cold, brother. That's cold.
Right, like they didn't do shit to you. The hell?
So, fair warning. I be telling them, look, I don't deal with your daughter anymore. Take me out of this. I'm not in a cheerful mood. Now, if it ended on a good note and we just decided, you know what I'm saying, that it wasn't gonna work out, then cool. I fucks with you. Happy holidays. But if we ended up bad and she broke my heart or some shit, oh, that's gonna be the worst rude Christmas, Thanksgiving text you ever seen in your life.
Yeah,
but what about you?
Man.
Y'all rocking with the ex's family after a breakup?
Kids? I'm rocking with the family's ex after the breakup because when I build relationships, I like to think that I build genuine relationships that are based on me and that person's interaction.
Mm-hmm.
So, it happened. I was married, got a divorce, but her drunk uncle, as you mentioned it, her dad, everybody, I would still be over there drinking with them, hanging with them. That was family. And, me and her weren't on bad terms, but,
you don't want to be with her no more, right? I can definitely relate to Jay because I also have been married and I have a daughter from that marriage. And it's obviously that's her family too. So I have to fucking show up because then it's gonna look like I'm trying to keep my kid from the situation. But prior to that, like before I even had a child or was like really in love with the person, if like he said, if I built a connection or my that's an individual relationship, my relationship has nothing to do with that dude anymore. Like I'm not about to talk to you about the new niggas I'm fucking, but I'm definitely not about to cut you off cold turkey like you hurt me. They didn't hurt me. He hurt me.
No, because a lot of families be faking the funk.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I'm saying?
you gotta be able to pay. Like I just feel
Yeah.
like I didn't have enough sense to know like was this connection based off of me being with him or was this based off of me just being a cool person? I know I'm cool, so if somebody's trying to kick it, they're not interested in me because of him. I'm a plus.
My mama made it. My mama made it so hard for me to get away from my exes because my mama has a welcoming heart. So if you dealt with me and she remembers that you dealt with me, oh, come on over for dinner. Da, da, da. I'd be like, yo,
That's
you
not
gotta stop.
happening.
You gotta stop doing that. Like, because they gonna take you up on that offer. They're not turning down no food. Nobody's turning down food. You know what I'm saying? Especially a person of color. We love food. So it's like you invited them for food. You know they're going to come. So you got to stop doing that. Like, if I'm mad, I'm mad. I don't want to see this person. But genuinely, like I said, if the parents, some of the parents rocked with me, some of them didn't. But I wasn't. I don't hold it against the matriarchs of the family. My brother DLP just popped in, man. What's good? But I think a lot of times, like y'all said, it's about the relationship. If it was something genuine and it was something real, then I rock with you. But if you can always point out the
Mhm.
fake motherfuckers who, just there just to be there. Now I gotta get away from y'all.
Right.
Um
Wow.
oh
Yeah,
yeah, man. I gotta get away. Like I keep my distance.
I feel you.
What's good, my brother?
Going on? Give me a second. I'm trying to set up, man. I got so much going on. My mom's birthday is out there, but my bad for being late.
Now you good. Um, question. How interested are y'all in fixing broken bonds?
Zero.
Do you feel like, you on mute? Devina, you on mute. Um, Broken bonds. Like, do you feel like you have to go out your way to fix something, or you on mute, Devina?
No, I'm talking to my daughter.
Oh,
Um, I'm not doing that at this point in my life. Like, I feel like why is the bond broken to begin with? I'm pretty sure something had to occur for me that I probably seen happening and I probably said something before the bond broke. If shit's broken, I can't fix it. I ain't glue. So I'm not really that interested in breaking broken bonds unless it's like a family member
mm,
and I know I was at fault.
mm.
Um, but I'm kind of cool with the people I already have in my life. So it's like if there's a reason why you're letting me go, then maybe it's for the best. Everything happens for a reason. So
Jay, what you think?
Yeah, man. I'm not big on trying to dig up the dead, bro. So, once a bond is broken, that's totally different for me because it may take a long time, even with bad breakups and shit like that. Like, it may take a long time for me to actually be done with the person, but once I'm done, I'm done. So you're dead at that point. So there's no recovery.
So even if it's like a time limit on it, like 10 years had passed, you know.
Nah. I'm not gonna be hateful. I'm not gonna really hold a grudge, but by that time, we aren't even the same people we were. So you're a stranger. I don't know you. You feel me?
That is true. Dale Pizzle.
Over time, honestly, learn like she said, learn after a while that
You going in and out, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You know, I feel like if it's fun, there's not going to be a situation that ever divide you. So I feel like once that division happens, that relationship, of course, but you learn it over time. You learn that.
You going in and out still. I feel like if I'm at fault, pride will eventually set in, you know, because as men, a lot of men have a real hard problem with pride. So pride will set in, and then I might be interested. But if it's something that you did to me and it really rocked me to the core, I'm not interested in going back and revisiting it, especially if it takes you're stubborn enough not to admit that you were the problem to begin with. So that's already telling me, yeah, this is gonna happen again and again and again. So it's like insanity at that point that we keep trying to make it work. Like in a relationship, a broken bond in a relationship, we keep trying to make it work and it doesn't. It fails. We keep trying, we keep trying, we keep trying. Insanity is doing the same shit, hoping for different results. After a while, you got to be like, look, maybe we just better off being friends, or we just better off not dealing with each other. It just don't work. We toxic. But I think a lot of times when you're in toxic relationships, you don't know it till you almost at that point, like it's the end of the line. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people confuse toxicity with love, and that's
right,
how,
bro.
huh?
That's right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So, you know, it's hard to, but I think once you cross that line with me of disrespect, that truthfully, to me, there is no coming back from that. Like I don't hate you. I don't wish nothing bad on you, but I'm cool. I'm cool. Like Devina said, I'm cool with the people in my life. Sometimes I'll reach back in my mind and think about lost friendships or broken friendships or things of that nature. I'll think about it, but I'm not gonna reach out and do any of that. If I see you in passing, I'll see you in passing. I'm not making it my interest to go fix nothing. That's just me. I'm not interested. DLP, talk to me.
Hard thing, you know, but I tell anybody this: you're gonna take somebody back that cheated on you. You gotta accept that change behavior that you asked for.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, then the relationship is definitely pointless. And it is a true story. I had this situation with my daughter's mother where I did all the change behavior that she asked. She just didn't heal from it. So her thing was, oh, well, maybe we just shouldn't be together. Da, da, da. I was like, no, the problem is you got everything that you asked for. You're just not ready to accept that. So
she needs therapy.
what am I pursuing you for if you're not ready? I'm literally wasting my time in a sense. Yeah, I became a better man, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I'm a better man, but I might be a better man for somebody else.
Facts.
That's fair. Then no time was wasted. You grew up.
Yeah, that's a fact. You're right. I stand
There's
correct.
no such thing as wasted time.
I get you that.
Now, if me and one of the homies, we fell out and it was over something stupid, that can be corrected. But if we fell out, and I've had people fall out with me over women. I've had people fall out with me over money. I've had people that have went behind my back to my woman in her inbox trying to shoot his shot by hating on me. That's where I draw the line. That's a broken bond. We'll never come back from that. That's snake shit. I can't rock with you like that. So there are some unforgivable acts, but there are some forgivable acts. You know what I'm saying? If it's over something stupid, it's over something dumb, man, fix that shit. Work it out with your dog. But some snake shit, you don't need it. Cut that snake, cut the head off, and cook it up and gone and bury, eat it, whatever you're gonna do. Do your thing. All right. I had one, and this is a question, and I'm glad I feel like I got the right panel to ask this. Do men value women who have their shit together? And do women let the independent lifestyle stop them from letting a good man in?
Oh man. Okay, I can definitely say that I value a woman that has her shit together, because that seems to be in a sense all that I seem to attract, as well as all that I'm open to dealing with, especially at this stage in my life. So to answer that question, absolutely, I appreciate that. And I appreciate that, through my actions. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as what was the part about the independent women?
Women let they independent their independent nature interfere with letting a good man in? This generation of women, there are a lot of women who feel they're so independent that it is hard for us men to come in and love them, because they feel like they have everything and they are their own man. This is not a knock to all women, but I see it a lot. Like,
no, I get it. I get what you're saying.
We get it.
You can't tell them anything. They have their own shit. They don't need you. And they will tell you that in a heartbeat. Like, nigga, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that gets in the way of letting that man in. Like, men, I don't mind. Look, I don't mind my woman making her money and doing her thing. I don't mind that. There's absolutely not a problem with that. But I think once you become I don't want you to need me. I want you to want me. Right. Absolutely. But I don't want you to need me. It's you gotta have your own balancing, do your own things, and that's okay. But the independent women, they be feeling like, I don't need you.
Are you speaking for women?
I'm speaking of the women that I've dealt with.
Okay. And I'm like, we should have had them come. Because
yeah,
it's kind of hard. No, it's, as a woman, it's kind of hard to listen to what you're saying, even though I completely understand where you're coming from, because I have definitely been in that position where after you've been hurt, you're like, you know what? I don't need this shit. I don't need nobody. I pay my own bills. I take care of my own kids. And honestly, that's why I say all the time, like, a lot of us need therapy. Like, you can't just jump from one situation into the next situation, into the next situation. I'm an advocate for therapy. I go to therapy. I knew I needed therapy. As soon as I was running out of my marriage, I was like, wait a minute, sis, you ain't gonna heal yourself. But as Black women, we do find it hard to get help. And that's why I think it's so great that now there's like platforms everywhere screaming like, Black women need therapy. It matters. All people need therapy. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, of course, anybody that gets hurt, they're going to retreat and be like, I don't want to deal with this ever again. And they're not going to be able to see if you're a different kind of man, because now they're just looking for the red flag. You know what I mean? And then oftentimes there are no red flags, because what we're seeing is just our issues playing out. But after you grow, because everything takes time, healing takes time. After you grow as an independent woman, speaking as myself, you realize that there are a lot of things a man can provide, and it doesn't have to be finances. It doesn't have to be, oh, he can help me with fix this car, whatever, women like men to do, take the trash out, all that fun stuff. But it's like, no, I actually want a partner. I want somebody that I can grow and love and have fun with and just watch TV with and just breathe in the same fucking room. Like, we don't got to be doing shit. But that takes time. So, of course, there are different types of women. There are different types of independent women. There's a spectrum. It just depends on where the person is at And I'm sorry to hear that you've been meeting women that probably weren't ready to be in relationships yet. And they were obviously trying to date you. So
Well, no, I will say this. I met my wife and she was like totally independent. Like she had two twin boys. She had took care of them two twin boys on her own without any type of help from the father. So when I came into the picture, it was completely hard for her to open up and let me in, because at the end of the day, all I kept telling her is, I just want to make sure you're good. I don't want to come in and change your life or put you in a box or anything like that. I just want to make sure you're good. And as a person that's been so reliant on herself, that was like super hard for her to tear the walls down and let me in, because for so long it had been her. She wasn't used to somebody coming in, taking care of the kids or telling her to rest while she, and I'll take care of the schoolwork and all of that. It wasn't easy for her to let somebody pay her bills or do nice things for her. Not that she didn't want those things, but it wasn't easy because she was so used to doing it herself. So what I say about that is, and I love a woman, an independent woman. I love women, period. But what I'm saying is, sometimes there are times that how deep your independence is can definitely push.
I think you misconstrued that situation. Also, though, sorry, I just want to say one thing to that point, because I've been in a similar situation recently. And sometimes it's not that we're so used to doing everything by ourselves. Sometimes it's like, what if this doesn't work out? And now I gotten used to you being here and helping me with the homework and helping me. And now I'm relying on you. And now when you just vanish, it's like, damn, now I got to go back to that routine of doing everything by myself. I should have continued to do it by myself from the jump. So sometimes it's just like misunderstanding. It's not what it looks like on the outside.
So I want to say this real quick. So I don't feel like, in my opinion, it's just my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. But in my opinion, her independence, or a woman's independence isn't the culprit.
Right.
It's her PTSD. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the PTSD triggers and inspires that independence. But at the end of the day, I expect you to fuck up. And I can't put myself, like she just said, in a position to where when you fuck up, my world crumbles. You know what I mean? That makes sense?
Yep. Facts. Because you're afraid of, you built this wall up, you tore it down. And now that you've torn it down and this person is bailed, now you have to rebuild this wall back up again. And now you have to build it stronger. Last time it was with wood. This time is with brick, because you cannot go through that again. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get it. I've been in that position. And, again, men are like that too. On the first part of that, do men value a woman who has her shit together? We should. But then a lot of men take advantage of that. You end up with a lot of Jodies in that case, because, I ain't got to do much. My woman got her shit together. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I could drop her off at work and drive her car all day. I can live off her. I can
get out of here.
Wow.
So
this is not baby boy.
That's what I'm saying. You end up with a lot of Jodies. You end up with a lot of dudes with that mind frame. Like, all right, cool. For me, it's like, I ain't got to work as hard, but I'm going to work. I'm not going to relax just because we got two people in this situation who are doing their thing. But you have a lot of people who get comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? They get comfortable with a woman, say a woman, she making 6 figures, she doing her own thing, she got her own house, she got her own car, she take care of the kids, she keep herself up, she doing her thing. And then you have this dude who is not, he has some of those things, but not everything. You know what I'm saying? So you should appreciate the fact that you may not have everything that woman has, and she can hold her own when the chips is down, when everything is crumbled up, she can hold her own. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, that's what you want. You don't want someone who only can provide one thing, bring one thing to the table. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Women don't only want a man who just bring dick to the table. Like, bring something else. Bring something else. That's what I try to tell people. Bring something else. It is more to life than humping all day. You know what I'm saying?
People got things to do.
Facts. Let me tell you something. And I am the advocate for go out and hump, but not all day, every day. No. Get out, get you some money, do something. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're a sex worker, and you get money, do your thing. Whatever works, but I can't sit here and hump all day. We gotta bring to the balance. Humping ain't gonna pay these bills. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It took me a while to realize that, because for a long time, that was my mind frame. Like, I could hump my way through anything. And then adulthood hit me. Bills hit me.
I can hump my way through anything.
Anything.
Get out of here.
16, 17, 18, 19, man, I was humping my way through all of life. And then I moved out on my own. Yeah, I moved out on my own. Shit, welcome to reality. And that shit wasn't
paying the bills, huh?
Oh, yeah, welcome to reality.
I'm not going to play, though. I'm not going to play. There's something to be said about the power of some good dick, bro. Because if it wasn't the case, you wouldn't have all these Jodies running around. You wouldn't have all these men who are not self-sufficient that are being taken care of by women. You feel what I'm saying? So it's something to be said about that.
There's a lot to be said, but it's nothing good.
No, it's not. It's not. But at the end of the day, it depends on who you're asking, I suppose. You know?
Gross.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, humping, I used to think I was super motherfucking man and I can get through anything. I can get through any situation. If I cheated, if I lied, if I didn't have a job, whatever situation I was going through, that was the solution. And again, once you hit adulthood and you gotta.
Now, is this just a man thing? Because I am not relating. I'm like, what?
You ain't never had a guy who felt like humping was the key to everything?
He would have been dropped like a bad habit, because clearly he's not good for me. Like, what do you mean?
I ain't even talking about adult you. I ain't even
that's what I was gonna say.
I'm not talking about adult me either. I've always been like, I probably am a little too mature for my age, but I've always had my head on straight. Like, I had a whole plan for my life. And if you were gonna like mess up my plan, then you had to go. Like, you can't be just here laying here fucking me all day. I gotta go to school. I gotta finish school. Like,
Thanks.
I got shit to do. So what are you doing right now? And if you want to be with me, you gotta level up or try harder. I'm not saying you gotta make as much as me or nothing, but you can't just sit here and feed me dick all day.
I definitely gotta make.
That's wild. That's crazy.
Shit. It's a God thing.
Yeah, because I'm like, let me call my father and ask him how he feels about this, because this don't make no sense.
He feels different today than he did when he was.
Oh, for sure. I can tell he's got mad kids, but I want to know, like, you wasn't telling us this type of stuff. That's why I didn't grow up thinking that was okay. So more people need to teach their kids that. You can't be doing that.
Man, I thought, and like my man said, good dick, we thought having good dick could solve, and you could get away with anything and everything. You know what I'm saying? And then I ran into a woman who, yeah, she liked the dick, but Okay, what else?
Right.
What else? What else? You know what I'm saying? Because it's a million motherfuckers out here with dick, just like it's a million motherfuckers out here with vagina. So it's like, what makes you stand out? What makes you different? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I grew up. Like I said, 16 through 19, I was young, I was hyped, I was ready, whatever. When I turned 20 and got my first place and was getting ready to have my first child, oh man, I got a real quick reality check that this ain't how this finna go, my boy. So woke me up. It felt like Mike Tyson had beat my ass when I turned 20. Like, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Good.
All fun.
We run into
fun.
women. I have ran into a lot of women, and it made me open my eyes and realize my type. You know what I'm saying? My type, I did not want a woman who always had a handout, who subtracted from the bag instead of helping me add to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind as a man, if you are my woman, I'm supposed to make sure you are straight. You are a reflection of me. You are, you know, we are partners. You do for me, I do for you. But you know what I'm saying? If I'm steady subtracting, and nothing's being put back in, man,
right?
How much fun you think we finna have?
Not much.
I gotta work even harder not to take up for all the subtracting. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a liability, bro. That is not an asset.
Right.
Like, I gotta work even harder, and you complaining now because I'm working and you never see me, but you gotta understand, like,
I don't get that either.
What?
Why are you complaining? How am I supposed to provide?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You either gonna deal with a broke dude or somebody that's busy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just
how it works.
That's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
It really is. And yeah, that is the truth.
And I ain't mad at you. I mean, but shit, if you was out grinding like I'm grinding, shit, we wouldn't even miss each other like that.
Notice, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't even notice.
That's some real shit, bro.
So shit, I hustle hard. I have 9 children.
What?
I work my
God damn.
Boy is out there with them babies, man.
Huh?
I say, you out there, you active with them babies.
Man, look, let me tell you, and I try my hardest to do everything and support them in all ways they want. Whatever they want to do, I'm right here with you, because one of y'all got to make it big, God damn it. Shit.
Yeah. Damn right.
Because taking care of y'all is not cheap. Somebody got to make it at something. So, shit, I'm out here. I can't, I'm always busy. You know what I'm saying? And Dale will tell you I'm always busy. And, you know, I'll be like, man, we gotta make it. Some of these ideas gotta hit. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother, we got so much stuff that we doing. Some gotta hit eventually, and it will. So we're not concerned about it hitting. Oh, you back. We're not concerned about it hitting. But I just feel like, look, when you dealing with somebody, you have to understand that 2 incomes is better than 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got all these chillings. If you dealing with me, you got to understand we got all these chillings.
I'm a package deal.
I'm right. I'm working as hard as I'm working to provide for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how it is. Hold on one second. Y'all can keep talking. Hold on one second. I got to do something.
Wow. I'm still trying to figure out the 9 kids, man. That's a lot.
Me too. Like, how many baby mothers? What's going on?
Yeah, it's not 1 or 2. I can promise you that.
I would hope not. Poor thing.
Right.
Give her a rest.
So, what got y'all into podcasting?
Oh, good question.
That's a great question.
Real quick, I'll make it brief. A friend of mine met me. We met at a function. I was just talking and sharing some things. He was like, you need to start a podcast, man. Like, it was literally that, but he's like a brand coach. And so he held me accountable and made sure that I did the shit, basically.
That's cool. For me, it was more of like people would say that all the time, like when I was in undergrad, but I was like, okay, yeah, what are those? And then like as I started hearing it more often, I was like, you know what? I actually do enjoy talking and I have a lot to say. So me and my cousin was just like brainstorming ideas, and we were in the pandemic and I was in my like last semester of grad school. So I was like, why not? Let's just do it. And once we started doing it, I was like, I really enjoy doing this. And it was kind of therapeutic for me. Like I learned a lot from the people that would come on, but then I felt like I was like sharing myself, but it was like releasing something in a sense. So now I'm like in love with it. And now I'm like, I don't think I want my day job. I want to do this shit full time.
I just started a second. Well, not just started. Yeah, just started. So I've recorded and done everything for a second podcast, which is a totally different type of podcast. But yeah, I plan to, this is how I plan to earn my living.
Yeah, that would be dope. One day you get to drink cognac, talk, and just vibe out.
Hell yeah. Like, this is what I spend all my spare time doing.
Yeah,
So
too.
Yeah.
that explains what y'all want to get out of podcasting. What are some things that you want to see change when it comes to podcasting?
I think for me, one of the main things I'd like to see change when it comes to podcasting is how things are monetized. I feel like the system is broken when it comes to monetization at this particular point, which the type of person that I am, it really doesn't matter because I'll find a way to make it happen. I always do. I'm just that person. However, everyone doesn't necessarily have that knack or ability. And also, so for me, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'll develop products that I can sell that will be viable products in the market. People will buy them. I'll make my money, right? But they want you to sometimes have all these, fit all this criteria in order for sponsors and different people to pay you. And the fact of the matter is, you don't really have to have like, hundreds of thousands of followers in order to be valuable. You're valuable in your niche, and you run that shit, and that's enough. But it isn't always viewed that way. So to answer your question, I just like to see the way that things are monetized for podcasters change to a point where it's not as difficult to make it happen.
It's a cool way to do that, and I kind of been getting on everybody about this here lately. Is monetizing has a lot to do with, ads and stuff. But we as podcasters have to get better. We do all this collaboration, but we don't pay each other to be ads. Why would I pay an ad for somebody I don't know compared to, I just met y'all, I'd rather give you the $20 to put my podcast on yours. And you monetize that way. The money stays in. But everybody doesn't want to do that. You'd rather spend your money or spend a block on somebody you.
Yeah, that's real shit. And I'm glad that you said that, because I was just explaining to someone today, like earlier today, around 10 this morning, I was explaining to them, I said, you know what? The most beautiful thing about this whole situation is that the podcast community fucks with me real heavy. So just in that vein of thought, I know that that's not just the case for me, that's the case for you guys. So if everybody was willing to say, hey man, I know your time is valuable. I'm not rich or nothing, but shit, here's 20, man. Come and sit down with me, blah, blah, blah. Like, we can make a few $100 in a week. You know what I mean?
Now,
so yeah, I respect that, big bro.
I seen a post the other day, right? And I understood where Buddy was coming from. He was like, man, I charge people to come on my podcast. And in my mind, I was like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Because think about it. If we all charge each other $25 per guest, per episode, do the math. If you're recording every week, we making a killing as a team. But the culture and the Black mindset is every man for themselves.
Yeah.
I tell people this all the time. Until we start breaking the mindset of the house nigga and the field nigga and understand we all niggas, We gonna keep
Dead
same.
for real though. Thank you for saying that. I've been
Yeah.
saying that too. I'm like, that does
We
not
gonna
matter
keep
anymore.
going
We
through this.
all outside. We're
Yeah, it's
all
like
struggling.
they
The
don't
fuck?
get that. It's like, oh man, he think he better than us because that nigga in the house. But then it's like,
Like that nigga's getting whooped in the house though. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
we
but
still
look,
getting
you
beat.
You
gotta
getting
break
whooped
that
outside, we
down,
get
man,
whooped
because a lot
inside.
of people don't
Right.
understand.
They'll still cut your fucking
We
foot
had an
off.
episode and I broke it down. I said, man, you know something? Right. You know what I'm saying? You got women in the inside. It's just to bring logic into what I'm saying. You got
Right.
people that have been podcasting like me for a while. And I feel like everything that I've learned in this process of being in the studio, going out, doing it on my own, whatever, I'm going to give y'all that information regardless, whether I meet you today, tomorrow, whatever. But then you got cats that have been in the game and it's like, I ain't giving you the game because you're going to take my spot. We don't even talk about the same shit.
Right.
Right.
Like
But
everybody
I
can
will tell you
eat.
this. I met a young lady. Well, I did an episode with a young lady, and she told me, she said, Jay, she said, as much as you know about podcasting or about, sound or whatever, because, I did a lot of I have a lot of man hours on the research end of stuff. So I have a lot of information. She was like, you could do like webinars and shit and charge people and this and that.
There
And I was
are
like, yeah, that's
people
cool.
doing that.
There are lots of people doing that.
White people.
Yeah. But so here's the thing, and I know I can do that, and I'm putting a little package together for something like that, honestly, truthfully. However, like, shit, man, I don't know. I'm just a person like, man, I'm not gonna charge you for something that I got for free. Even if I don't want to give it to you, I'll tell you how to fucking obtain it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's not everybody.
That's not.
So my whole thing is like, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and babysit you, hold your hand, walk you through the process, but I'll tell you how I got the information. And you can go and put the man hours in. Now, if you don't want to do that, then yes, you can pay me and I'll help you. You know what I'm saying? I'll basically, you will have to pay me to hold your hand, but you don't have to pay me to be informed. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense. And I can agree completely.
Said you agree?
I said I agree with him
So
completely.
Yeah, it's two more questions and then we can get out of here because I think Smash done had an emergency on the cool.
Okay.
But what are some obstacles that you guys have been through podcasting so far?
That I can share.
Damn, it's that happened you can't talk about?
Yeah, because it's like inside stuff.
We need to go
Without throwing people under the bus. I just feel like sometimes maybe let me let Jay talk first so I could clean this shit up in my mind first.
Some of the obstacles that I've run into in podcasting is I've seen some relationships get fucked up, man. And what I mean when I say that, I'm not even talking about co-hosts or people that are involved in the show per se, but just I saw some relationships get fucked up, man, because I don't know if people thought the shit was bigger than it was, or if they felt like I was moving different, or if they just were intimidated. I don't fucking know, but I literally had a fuck ton of people that were supposed to be folk just kind of like fizzle off the map and start fucking with me. And I'm like, yo, what happened to this nigga? I posted a few things about a podcast and this motherfucker just fell off the map. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not, huh?
I went through that same shit. That's why I'm by myself now. I had a whole team.
Oh shit.
No
Is this supposed to be happening right now? I think God wanted me to be here. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Why do y'all think that is though? Like I haven't, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm very insightful and I'm intelligent and shit, but I can't figure that one out to save my fucking life.
What I think happens is like people change over time, and like when you are like passionate about this and you, like I was saying, like if you have a vision and everyone's not on board with what your vision is, it can get toxic. It can get like it can get kind of like you could feel the negative energy in the planning sessions in the room. And you're like, damn, I just want to talk about sex and you want to talk about this. Like it's not that serious, but people make everything a big deal. They personalize everything. And that's why I was kind of like, is this stuff I could share here? Because I know my group is going to listen in and I don't want them to be offended. But there are times where it's like, damn, I don't want to be a leader. I want us to all be equals. But it comes to the point where if you're the only one putting in most of the work, you end up being the leader regardless. And some people don't like that. Some people don't want to be told what to do. Some people don't want to feel like they're second best. Some people don't want to feel like, oh, someone came and took their spot and now they're third place. Like it gets so ridiculous and petty. Um, so I could completely understand why relationships were broken. I mean, I've had my own moments where I'm like, maybe I should just run with this, you know?
But see, my situation was different. Like I started the podcast, it was just me, and I was interviewing different people. And after like the second or third episode, I did a round table, and I liked that format better. And so I just found some people that I already hang out with, talk with, party with, and I incorporated them. And it works perfectly because, you know, everyone understands what we're doing and how we're doing it and how it started. However, you know, sometimes there'll be a thing and I'll be like, well, I think we should do this. And they'll be like, I think you should do that. But then it's like, at the end of the day, dude, it's your show. Do what you want to do.
Right.
And I actually take offense in those moments. Like, well, fuck, it ain't my show. Y'all co-hosts. It's our shit.
We're all
like,
here,
we
baby.
understand that at the end of the day, if you don't want to do this shit no more, you're not obligated. And if I don't want you to do this shit no more, I'm going to kick you out. We understand that. But
so it is your show, in other words.
What happened?
I said, so it is your show, in other words.
So
you
yeah,
can't
it
get
is.
offended.
However, my whole thing is I've always, from the moment they came in, I've always made it a family thing, a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be honest with you, I feel like, in my personal opinion, now I do get a lot of accolades, like with the reviews and different shit. People say shit like, "Oh, he's hilarious," this and that. You know, and people say JJJ, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm feeding off of these people. You take them out the equation,
it's just you.
I'm not
right.
Exactly.
Exactly. Can't laugh at yourself. I mean, you can, but that'd be weird.
Weird as fuck.
Oh no, I get that. I feel you.
What's your name? I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Devina?
It's Devina. Yeah.
I'll give you some advice. Your truth is your truth. And when you're born a leader, it's one of the hardest jobs in life because you are always going to be in the position to make the decision, the final decision. So when you take that hesitant of not telling your truth and the things that bother you or, you know, you want to see change for you, you only yourself back from growth. And the reason why I say it, you don't tell your experience, somebody can go through the same thing you're going through. And they might hear your story and be like, damn, I can relate. Now I understand how to move. I don't feel bad for moving how I move. And I'm only saying that because I've been in a room, I started podcasting because of somebody else. And I did everything in my power to help her build her dreams. And it's crazy. We went from recording from our phones to being a
You went out. I don't know if you can hear us.
Yeah, bro, you cut out real bad. Like, and I hate that because you were saying some good shit.
I know. I was picking up. Yeah. Now we can hear you now.
You cut out real bad. I don't know what just happened. But yeah, like I went from building a team, getting producers, getting like all this shit for us. And every time she would come back and be like, it's not like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this.
That's literally my life. So
like,
no. But I'm not there. See, I hear what you're saying, but I'm not even there no more. Now I'd be like, I'm doing this shit with or without y'all. And then when I said that, all of a sudden everybody was ready. You know what I mean? They're like, oh no, I ain't saying that. I'm like, well, you was just saying that shit last week. So I'm gonna be on the radio tomorrow. And whoever logs in, you be there too. Cause I'm not about to have y'all stop my dream. Like I done prayed on it. Once I prayed and it's sealed and delivered, and God speaks to me, I'm getting up. So who's you getting up with me or you sitting down? Cause I'm still getting up. So I hear you completely. Because I was there for a little while, but that's not. But like you said, when you're born a leader, it don't take much for you to shake people off. And I'm like, yeah, you don't. I'm not begging nobody to be in my dream, because my dream's my dream. Your dream might be something else. So, and that's fine. Just be real. I think I ask people to be more authentic with me because I know I'm always going to be my authentic self. Even if you don't like it, you're going to get me. Um, but what I don't like is when I feel like I have to like fight you to tell me what you're really feeling. That's when I get annoyed because I'm like, bruh, I'm not a therapist now. Like, I don't want to be working through your problems with you. Like, just tell me what it is.
I did run into, I won't even say
I
a
have this saying,
small
man.
hump in the road or any type of anything like that, but I had a guy that came in and the bug bit him, man. He got into podcasting, he loved it, and the bug bit him. And honestly and truthfully, I feel like he felt like maybe he didn't. He was one of my co-hosts. I feel like maybe he didn't feel that he got his just due, but not because we didn't allow him to speak and to be him, but more so because there was an age gap to a degree, and I feel like he felt like he couldn't discuss the topics that we discussed on the same from the same perspective that we shared when we spoke about these things, right? Okay, so that's one thing. Right. But that's the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, man, I understand, but like your input is valuable as well. But so what he did, he went and started another podcast, started his own podcast, which honestly, I had no issue with that because I would prefer if all of them did that, honestly and truthfully.
Yeah.
But I think one of the issues, Say it again.
I said that's a good thing though.
That's a positive thing. Exactly.
To branch out and bring everything home.
And I support that 100%. But I think part of the problem was that there were certain other members of the panel who felt like, yeah, but they didn't like the way he went about doing it, for starters. You know, like it was like Flash and the Five Heartbeats, like I got a solo album, it's out now.
Dead.
but I was still okay with that. But then some people came back to me and they said, man, it's a carbon copy of your shit, bruh. And I'm like, oh, for real? And I still, listen, that's my brother, man. I'm not riffing and beefing with this dude. That's not who I am. That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
But I just told him, I said,
what happened?
He was stealing your content?
Nah, I wouldn't say the content, but like the description was very similar. It was just too many similarities. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole drink infused and all. Like, but then let's be fair. There are people who will say, I had a dude once tell me, he said, I know you're trying to be like Drink Champs. I'm like, nigga, no, I'm not. You think they the only motherfuckers that drink? I'm not talking to celebrities.
Right.
They talking about bullshit. I'm talking about real life.
Saturday.
I'm talking about real everyday people life type shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, my point is this. They felt like we don't want to include him anymore. Like, you know, and I feel kind of bad. I feel like I'm airing the dirty laundry, but it is what it is right now.
I know, I'm like, I ain't telling nobody to listen to this.
No, because in all truth and honesty, nobody, in my opinion, nobody's at fault. Nobody violated. I don't look at it like that. It's love everywhere for me, and for them as well. For them as well, they still love him. You know, that's our brother.
Not my co-host. I'm just like,
but so here's the thing. They were basically like, he can't attend any more meetings. He can't attend any more recordings. We can have him as a guest, but he can't know what's on the table if he doesn't know how to. And this is where it gets tricky, how to differentiate and separate and find his own lane. And so what I mean when I say what I'm saying right now is that I don't think he intentionally, deliberately, or out of malice at any point was trying to dupe or step on toes or anything like that. It's just like
just trying to create his own way.
Yeah, but I think he just went about it in a manner that may not have been
tasteful,
palatable to others. You know what I mean? So basically, and I don't think it was like in his mind because he's a little bit of a younger guy. So I believe in his mind, it was like, I'm a member of New Edition. So if my song sounds like a New Edition song, you can't get mad.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. So one more thing before we close out tonight.
But nah, she didn't do hers. She put it off on me.
I sure did. Y'all have fun with that one.
Yeah, and I respect that because she felt like she couldn't say it in the right way that somebody won't be offended, and that's smart.
Oh, and they will. Yeah, no. There are people that get very offended. I know my people. You know, I don't need no calls tomorrow.
Yeah, I respect that. Before we close out, drop y'all panel the times y'all drop out, where they can find you, and after that, we always lead the show out with a quote. So we'll start with the lady first, of course. Drop your panel and your last few words you want to get to the people that's listening.
Why, thank you. So you could find me. My personal Instagram is dedicated diva, 2 Ds. Actually, maybe it's 1. Can't even spell tonight. But anyways, and then you can find my podcast page on How Do You Like Your Tea podcast, and you can follow us on Facebook as well. So yeah, hit me up. Oh, should I end with the positive thing, or you guys are gonna end with the positive? Huh?
I say, yeah, you can drop your positive quote right now.
My positive quote is stay true to who you are and love yourself. And get therapy, everyone. It works.
All right. So it's the Cognac Room on all major platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, all of that stuff. The socials are the Cognac Room Podcast on Instagram, the Cognac Room Podcast on Facebook, and the Cognac Room on Twitter. And I drop a new episode every Sunday. So tune in, show us some love. We go live a few times a week on Insta. So at least once or twice. So definitely fuck with us over there. And as far as my positive quote, do everything that your heart tells you to. Even if it's wrong, it'll bring you to a place of peace and resolution, I promise you.
True.
Don't tell me that tonight. I'm just waiting.
We appreciate y'all. I had to step out for a second, but we appreciate y'all nonetheless, man. We always like to get people on here. So shout out to y'all for taking time out of y'all schedule to come rock with us. My positive thought, be true to yourself. Be real with yourself. And it's okay to love yourself more every day. It's okay. I know we spend so much time trying to love the world, but it's okay to love yourself too. So, it's nobody should call you selfish for wanting the happiness that you give out to everybody else. Del Pizzle.
With everything y'all just said, man, never be sorry for growing up.
Facts.
Never apologize for growing up, adapting to your situation, and becoming a better version of yourself. You should never have to apologize for that. Know your worth.
All right. With that being said, man, this is another episode of Bet the House Podcast. Shout out to the Cognac Room. Shout out to How Do You Like Your Tea. We thank y'all hosts for coming through and popping with us. And, this won't be the first time. This is the first time, but it won't be the last, is what I mean. So we thank y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Very dope platforms. Shout out to my brother Del Pizzle. Y'all know what it is, man. We out.